Do you ever wonder, when you look at railroad tracks, where they're coming from and where they're going? How long ago were they built? Who's ridden on the tracks? Who might ride on them in the future? And I'm thinking of that this week as I think of Father Arthur Flynn's life and his burial tomorrow from a church that he loved for 33 years, St. Agnes Parish here in Reading. So when I think of that, I think of all the priests that have come before the priests that are here now, whether it be Father Red, Father Victor, myself, Father Rich Erickson, and all the priests going back. It's like, did they ever wonder what it was going to be like 50 years from now or 100 years from now? As we have been looking at so many things at St. Athanasius Parish with the office move and the sale of the house in Bainbridge Road, I've heard lots of people talk about not so much Father O'Leary, who founded the parish, but Monsignor Russ Collins, who a lot of us knew and loved, and how far-reaching he was in terms of his outlook to the future of the church and his hope for the church. Arthur Flynn had the same hope for the church. His belief is getting people to know who Jesus Christ was would change everything. He kept planting seeds. So as I think of the idea of the railroad track and where it's going, think of the history of our own Archdiocese. I think the first bishop of Boston was Bishop Cheverus, about 1806. He used to get on his horse in Boston and ride his horse to Salem. He'd take a boat to Portland, and then he'd go up the rivers by canoe to visit parishioners up through Maine, over to New Hampshire, down through Vermont, and then come down the Connecticut River by canoe, just to touch his flock and plant the seeds. And so this week, as we remember Father Arthur in a very special way, we remember the fruits of that because the church here in Reading is still strong. In 100 years from now, it'll still be going strong as well. So our challenge is, do we take up the cross of Christ? Do we take up his promises and build up his kingdom here on earth so that we will be, as Isaiah the prophet said at Mass yesterday, on the Lord's holy mountain, there'll be a banquet spread for us of great wines and great food. That's the promise of God, to be faithful. Father Arthur was faithful, and so many other priests that came before him were faithful. Let us be faithful. And so all of you have a great week, and remember, plant those seeds of faith. God bless.